bathed in perpetual moonlight, lived Reynard, a fox of unmatched cunning. But more than cunning, Reynard possessed an insatiable vanity, a hunger for admiration. He coveted the moon's silver mirror, a celestial artifact of immense power and beauty. The mirror reflected the world's tides, its landscapes, and the very essence of life. Reynard desired it, not for its power, but to endlessly admire his own reflection. Driven by this selfish desire, he plotted a daring heist, a theft of cosmic proportions. He envisioned himself gazing into the mirror, lost in the perfection of his own image. Under the cloak of a moonless night, Reynard began his ascent towards the lunar realm. He scaled treacherous cliffs, his paws finding purchase on the starlit stone. He crossed shimmering rivers of stardust, each step fueled by his vanity. Finally, he reached the lunar perch where the silver mirror rested, bathed in ethereal light. Guards, celestial owls with eyes like burning embers, patrolled the sacred grounds. Reynard, with his cunning, outsmarted the owls, using shadows and trickery. He crept closer to the mirror, his heart pounding with anticipation and selfish glee. The mirror shimmered, its surface reflecting the distant earth, a swirling blue marble. With a swift, practiced move, Reynard snatched the mirror from its lunar stand. The air crackled with celestial energy as the artifact was removed from its place. Reynard clutched the mirror tightly, feeling its power surge through his very being. He fled back down to Earth, the stolen mirror radiating a cold silver light. Back in his den, Reynard reveled in his prize, lost in the depths of his reflection. He spent hours admiring his fur, his eyes, his every feature magnified by the mirror. He preened and posed, utterly consumed by his own image, oblivious to the world. But his selfish act unleashed unforeseen consequences, a ripple effect of cosmic imbalance. Without the moon's reflective balance, the tides began to surge uncontrollably. Coastal villages were flooded, homes swept away by the raging waters. Chaos erupted. The delicate harmony of nature was disrupted, thrown into disarray by Reynard's vanity. Storms raged, winds howled, and the land groaned under the weight of the imbalance. Animals fled their homes, seeking refuge from the unpredictable and violent weather. The world teetered on the brink of chaos, a direct result of Reynard's selfish desire. He continued to admire himself, unaware of the devastation he had caused. Initially, but soon, whispers of the chaos reached his ears, carried on the wind and the cries of animals. He saw the flooded lands reflected in the mirror, a distorted image of his vanity. A pang of guilt pierced through his self-absorption, a flicker of conscience ignited within him. He realized the gravity of his actions, the immense harm he had inflicted upon the world. The beauty he saw in the mirror was now tainted by the suffering he had caused. He knew he had to restore the mirror to undo the damage, but the task seemed impossible. The lunar realm was far away, guarded by celestial beings, and he was just one thought. Despair began to creep in, threatening to overwhelm him with the weight of his guilt. He looked at the mirror, no longer seeing beauty, but a reflection of his own selfishness. He felt the weight of the world's suffering pressing down on him, crushing his spirit. He knew he couldn't face this challenge alone. He needed help, guidance, and forgiveness. He ventured out of his den, seeking someone who could offer him a path to redemption. He wandered through the ravaged lands, witnessing the destruction he had wrought. He saw the despair in the eyes of the animals, the hopelessness in the faces of the villagers. His guilt deepened with each step, fueling his determination to set things right. He stumbled upon a humble turtle, Sheldon, meditating by a flooded riverbank. Sheldon, wise and patient, listened to Reynard's tale of vanity and its consequences. He also encountered a chatty firefly, Flicker, flitting through the storm-ridden forest. Flicker, despite Reynard's reputation, offered a glimmer of hope and encouragement. Reynard confessed his selfish act, his voice filled with remorse and a desperate plea. Sheldon and Flicker, despite Reynard's past, saw the genuine regret in his eyes. They agreed to help him, recognizing the urgency of the situation and the need for balance. Together, the unlikely trio embarked on a perilous journey back to the moon. Their quest was fraught with danger, testing their courage, their friendship, and their honesty. They faced treacherous obstacles, each one a reflection of Reynard's past mistakes. They learned to rely on each other, their strengths complementing each other's weaknesses. Reynard began to understand the true meaning of beauty, not in vanity, but in connection. The journey was long and arduous, but their determination never wavered. They pressed onward, driven by the hope of restoring balance to the world. Their adventure to return the mirror is only just beginning, and the world awaits. Reynard stared at the flooded lands, his reflection now marred by guilt. The silver mirror felt heavy in his paws, a symbol of his vanity. He knew he had to fix this, but the moon seemed impossibly far. Reynard slumped, unsure of where to even begin his journey. A slow, steady voice broke through his despair. "Need some help, friend?" Reynard looked down and saw Sheldon, a wise old turtle. A tiny spark zipped around Sheldon Flicker, a chatty firefly. "You stole the moon mirror. We saw it all," Flicker buzzed. Reynard confessed his selfish act, shame coloring his voice. Sheldon sighed. "The world suffers because of your vanity." "But we will help you return it," Flicker chirped optimistically. Reynard looked up, surprised. "Why would you help me?" Sheldon replied, "Because the world needs balance, and you need guidance." And so, the unlikely trio began their perilous journey to the moon. First, they had to cross the Whispering Woods, full of illusions. The trees seemed to shift and whisper temptations to Reynard. Flicker's light guided them, cutting through the deceptive shadows. Sheldon's slow, steady pace kept Reynard grounded and focused. Next, they faced the raging river, swollen with chaotic tides. Reynard carefully carried the mirror, protecting it from the water. Sheldon bravely swam against the current, a strong anchor. Flicker scouted ahead, finding the safest path through the rapids. They finally reached the base of the lunar peak, a steep climb. Reynard struggled, the mirror feeling heavier with each step. Sheldon encouraged him. "Don't give up, Reynard. The world depends on you." Flicker lit the way, revealing hidden handholds in the rock. They faced their fears, pushing themselves beyond their limits. Finally, they reached the lunar realm, bathed in soft moonlight. The moon's surface shimmered, a landscape of silver and shadows. Reynard approached the empty pedestal where the mirror belonged. He carefully placed the moon mirror back in its rightful place. A wave of light pulsed outward, restoring balance to the world. The tides calmed, the floods receded, and harmony returned. Reynard felt a profound sense of relief and accomplishment. He looked at Sheldon and Flicker, gratitude filling his heart. "Thank you," Reynard said sincerely. "I couldn't have done it without you." Sheldon smiled. "We all need help sometimes, Reynard." Flicker added, "And true friends are always there to lend a light." Reynard looked at his reflection in the restored mirror. He no longer saw vanity, but humility and newfound strength. The journey back was easier, their bond strengthened by shared purpose. They returned to the realm, greeted by grateful creatures. Reynard used his cunning for good, helping those in need. He learned that true beauty lies in kindness and connection. Sheldon continued his wise guidance, a patient mentor. Flicker's light shone brighter, illuminating the path for others. The fox, the turtle, and the firefly, an unlikely family. Their story echoed through the realm, a tale of redemption. Reynard often visited the moon mirror, not for vanity, but as a reminder of his past mistakes and his growth. He understood the delicate balance of nature and his role. He protected the realm, ensuring the tides remained calm. Reynard, the once vain fox, became a symbol of humility. His cunning was now used for the benefit of all. The moon mirror reflected not just beauty, but also truth. The truth of Reynard's transformation and the power of friendship. And so, the realm thrived, bathed in moonlight and kindness. The story of the fox and the moon mirror was told and retold. A reminder that even the vainest heart can find redemption. And that true strength lies in humility and genuine connection.